Hi guys, it's a beautiful early evening. We've just received a lot of rain, which is actually quite a beautiful thing for us because I do have maize that have grown around, and currently the prices of maize are really crazy. So I'm hoping that the rains do continue so that all the maize that we do have gets harvested, but also so that all the other farmers do harvest their maize. And what that means is that the prices of maize will really come down. That means I can buy and stock, yeah? And that changes the plans for me for everything. Right now, the price is really high. Anyway, the rain in the past would have been a double blessing because first of all, it would have been something really great for me in the gardens, but second of all, for this water tank right here, yeah? So we'll move right through my hedge. Whoa! Guys, it's quite interesting that just a year ago, we were just planting this hedge. And right now it's really big. So you guys can see this tank, yeah? This is a 10,000 liter capacity water tank that harvests rainwater from this chicken house, yeah? So initially I did have a plan. What was my plan? My plan was that, as you guys can see, I harvest water from this, chicken house, and whoa, it's literally like halfway, yeah? So this is about 5,000 liters right now. So my plan was to build one for each of the houses. So we would have a second one here, the third one for the other chicken house. And the reason I did that is, if you guys can see in the background, in the distance, I have two small tanks. You can see them on a stand, and two other tanks on a stand, the other side, yeah? Now, I have also a water pump. There it is, yeah? It comes directly from this tank right here, yeah? So the goal was to, harvest the rainwater, as you guys do see coming there. It enters the tank, then we pump it using this pump into the smaller tanks, yeah? Now, at my current farm's capacity, usually what happens is that birds consume twice the amount of feed that they consume in terms of water, i.e., if you're feeding birds about 1,000 kgs in terms of food in a day, you should expect to give them about 2,000 liters of water, yeah? Now, for me on the farm, that's almost it, yeah? Because I feed my birds almost 1,000 kgs, and so almost 2,000 liters of water. So you can imagine I would have to use 2,000 liters now. That means when this tank is full, it only takes me about 5 days, ideally, yeah? Because this is 10,000 liters, about 5 days. And then during the dry seasons, that gets really bad, yeah? Because, I mean, you could go a week, you could go 2 weeks, you could go even a whole month without receiving rain. Now, before I've been receiving my water, from those tanks using the national water. But the bill has been crazy for me, honestly, yeah? I mean, sometimes I pay, what, $400 in terms of water, which honestly is quite expensive. I mean, that's extra money that I could just keep to myself and use for other things, yeah? So having to pay $400 every month for water, no, certainly that's not worth it. So the goal was to shift over to the rainwater. That would have saved me. And of course, the danger that I did have at that particular moment was the fact that, rainwater gets dirty. First of all, it picks up dirt and all those kinds of things from the atmosphere, comes with it down. But in addition to that, the roof, of course, does collect dirt and all that kind of stuff. And when it rains, all that enters the water tank. So the way that we thought we would, overcome that is by adding some chlorine and things like that to the water. But unfortunately, guys, things got really terrible. So in the recent past, I had these two chicken houses start getting, a few random birds dying, yeah? So a few random birds would die, and, when you do a post-mortem, the liver looked like it was being damaged. And later on, I noticed it was most likely E. coli, yeah? E. coli is an infection which is quite common and gets spread through water when it does come to poultry. So I was having E. coli on the farm, not because of anything, but because of the water source that I was utilizing. And from experience, when you do get E. coli on the farm, it's really difficult to get rid of it, yeah? Very difficult. Of course, we decided to treat them. We gave, both the birds in the two different houses some batch of an antibiotic as a measure to treat them. And I told the guys we're never ever going to use this water again, completely, yeah? So I'm telling you this from experience. A lot of the things that I tell you guys, I tell you from my personal experience, the things that I have done, the things that I think are worth it for me, yeah? If you're going to be, raising chickens and looking after chickens, and you want to grow and you want to get big, you need to make sure that you avoid using rainwater. 100%, yeah? Avoid using rainwater. It's certainly not worth it, yeah? There are very many other things that you can do. Of course, you might have to pay, yeah, like for the water, like I've told you guys, $350 for me every month. That's quite an amount of money. But if you compare it to the potential losses due to your birds getting infected and the decrease in production, it's really crazy, yeah, really crazy. So then what's the alternative? Yeah, I think I've shared it with you guys what I'm currently doing. Currently, if you guys do remember, I sank a borehole right here on the farm. Yeah, I drilled a borehole. Is it called sinking? Well, the sun is right behind me, so you guys might see me quite dark. I'm going through the banana plantation. But recently I did dig a borehole on the farm. We encountered the water at about 82 meters, which is quite deep, and you have to drill down up to like 90 something meters in order to have, like, you know, a great amount of water. It's quite an amount of water that I get out, honestly, yeah, quite an amount of water that I get out from there, the capacity. But I didn't have where to pump it to, yeah, because I didn't have like a tank where to pump it to. As you guys can see, or as I already showed you guys, my tanks that are over there are raised, yeah? And I need to make sure that I'm not spending any energy in sending water to them. So what I decided to do, guys, was to build a tank stand, yeah? So I decided to build a tank stand. I'm going to be showing it to you guys right now. And there it is. Well, my truck has been carrying some things. It's a proper farm vehicle, yeah? Carrying something, so you guys can see there is a mixer right there, yeah? So that's a mixer we are using, and you can see the concrete tank stand that we are building. It's quite high. It's like 6 meters high, you know, from the ground, 6 meters high. So currently we're going to be pouring the very first beam. This was the first level of the columns. We're going to be pouring we did put a ground beam at the bottom, yeah, and now that's the first beam, and after that we'll put, you know, the second beam and the slab, and we'll put 2 tanks of 10,000 liter capacity, so that's 20,000 liters at the top there, and then we'll be able to have the water go down and flow into those tanks using gravity, and hopefully that will save us all the crazy costs that we've been going through on the farm. So yes, guys, that's my plan. That's what I've been doing recently. I mean, I personally do enjoy, you know, being part of the team. Actually, right now, I'm just going to change my clothes, take off the farm overall, and just wear some building clothes, and then I'll get back to working with the guys. It's something I really do love, but I do advise that you should never use rainwater to feed your chickens. Now, if you're looking after a few chickens, you know, 2, 3, 5 chickens, that shouldn't be an issue. The local chickens do get used to it. But if you're doing it like on a huge commercial scale, it's not something that I advise. I mean, of course, there's going to be a few of you guys who come out and tell me that, you know, you've been doing it for a while and for you it's not a problem. Well and good. That's a good thing. And of course, you'll always have those farmers. But I mean, the risk for me is not worth it, yeah? Risking the fact that, you know, you could have the disease or the illness coming on the farm and then you lose quite a number of birds. No, it's something that I think personally is not worth it. So I'm hoping that, you know, this advice comes through for each and every one of you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell. And I've made a video about, you know, how to actually manage a poultry farm, how to manage a poultry farm, especially when it does come to feeding. Yeah, I'll leave a link to that video in the description. Check it out. Lots of love. Catch you very soon with another video. Let me get back, guys, to working with the guys because I really do enjoy it. Bye-bye.